Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Coralie and today I'm going to show you my foolproof, full coverage summer foundation routine, girl. This routine is going to consist of basically what I do when I know I want my makeup to last. This makeup usually lasts around 10-11 hours. I don't usually wear makeup for 12, maybe sometimes. But this lasts through shifts at work, living. So this is really like the foolproof. Like I'm giving you like my secrets and all of that. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Before we get started, if you guys want to see how I achieve my eyebrow routine, I will put it right here or right here because I'm dumb and I don't know where it is. I think it's gonna be right. I think it's gonna be right here. This routine consists of both drugstore and high-end. I use usually a mix in my makeup routines, so I always try to have a great balance between drugstore products and high-end products. So yeah, the first product I'm going to use is the Benefit the Professional Primer. It's a pore-filling primer for people like myself who struggle a lot with pores. So I'm gonna take a pea-sized amount, like, let me show you like something really, you're not taking too much. I tap it a little bit on here, this region where it's quite porous here, my chin and around my mouth a little. So this is just me tapping it and, you know, spreading it a little. So then I'm gonna go from inside to outside of my face because outside of my face, it's where I have the less pores. I don't put too much on my nose because I don't want my nose to be too slippery. This is a pore filling primer, so it does have the tendency to be a little more slippery. So I put very, very little on my nose, being the remaining. And yeah, that's basically it. For foundation right now, I have two options for you. This one is the one I'm going to be using today, the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 310 Sun Beige. So this is my absolute favorite foundation if I know I'm going to be wearing foundation for a long time. She will not steer you in the wrong direction. My second favorite is the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Sand. This is a great foundation. However, I would recommend this foundation for people who have less like facial lines or people that are less oily, because this does get a pretty natural dew as the day goes by. So I won't be using this one today because this is not my absolute foolproof summer foundation. Winter, yes, but not summer. Whereas the Maybelline one, she settles, all my foundations settle in my lines at the end of the day, but she settles very little, very, very little. Like she is barely noticeable. She is not too noticeable, but just a little on the corners, especially on my mouth. You know, she can be a little rough, but I love her nonetheless. But she's the foundation of choice. So what I do is I take the foundation and I just dot it all over my face, just so like the product is like spread over my face. To blend in my foundation, I always use the beauty blender because this is really gonna pick up the excess foundation that you don't necessarily need on your face. And it's just gonna ensure that the foundation kind of melts into your skin, so it's not gonna be a layer on top. So it's gonna be way more foolproof because it's gonna really just be worked into the skin very well. So again, with the beauty blender, always use light tapping motions to tap in your foundation. Don't forget to drag it down your neck. This is a really good match for me. So dragging it down my neck is not even necessary, but I just like doing that for uniformity. When I'm done blending the foundation, because I always do my brows before I do my base, I'm gonna take a little bit of a foundation on this flat brush right here, and I'm gonna clean around my brows with it. Now we're done with the foundation. Like you can see, my face looks so good. This foundation is so awesome, honestly. If you're ever on a budget and you tell me like and you ask me what foundation do I need, I won't even recommend you any high-end foundation. This is a gem, and for the price it is, I recommend everyone to try it. They have an extensive shade range, beautifully inclusive, and just Maybelline is the best. I love Maybelline so much. Now for concealer, this is a recent discovery, but it's one I'm very happy I made. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Mine is in the shade Natural Beige. This concealer doesn't crease on me at all, and all of my concealers have always creased because the thing is I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes. It's, I guess, my genes, I don't know, it's like that. It's always been like that, and so I just accept my fate and I tell myself, girl, you will always have lines underneath your eyes. But this, if it creases, it's because I didn't work it perfectly, because this does not crease. In my video where I reviewed this in the Too Faced foundation, I showed you guys at the end, I showed you how there was nothing, no creases whatsoever. It's absolutely incredible, but it's also not like a drying concealer. So I've heard it's a Tarte Shape Tape but hydrating, and I haven't tried Shape Tape, but I can tell you that it's definitely not drying. Try not to put too much. This is a lot, okay? Now granted, this is a lot. I mean, what were we expecting from me, you know? But I tried not to put too much because this is pretty high coverage. So I put it on the center of my forehead and just the center of my face in general to bring light to that part of my face, because then we're gonna go ahead and bronze. And you know, we're gonna add shadow, you know. And to set my under eye, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit, oh, this is so dirty. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in the shade 20 Light Medium. This powder is so good. Maybelline did such a great job. Again, Maybelline is so inclusive, you guys. They have this powder in 8 different shades. I mean, at least as far as I'm concerned, I think it's 8 different shades that range from the fairest of fair to the darkest of dark. So everyone has their loose setting powder. And if you're a working makeup artist, this can be an absolute lifesaver. So just re-wetting my beauty blender, and I'm gonna start, and I'm just gonna blend away everything. So just blending everything out and pressing the rest of the concealer into my eyelids. Ever since I did that video using my other hand, I've been like using my left hand more for no reason, because it didn't do me right in that video, so I don't know why I would be using it now, but listen, people change. When I blended both my under eyes, I'm just gonna go ahead and just bring my powder like close to my face. Go up like that, back and forth. Then I'm just gonna set it. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of the powder and set the rest of my face. I use the beauty blender because it melts the powder in a little more than just, you know, like using a brush. It doesn't really melt the powder in. On my nose, you can see I put a lot of powder there. I'm very oily on the sides of my nose. And so I always kind of end up getting oily anyways. Like, it's literally not something I can ever avoid, but you know, I try. Now, smile lines. My smile lines are a very big problem of mine. I'm expressive. I like smiling, so they just like take advantage of me like that. And under my eyes, I don't bake too much, but I do reinforce the powder I already put there because I want to be sure it's gonna stay. So I've been really liking only using the translucent, well, the Fit Me Loose face powder rather than using my Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin in conjunction, because that can be a lot of powders on your skin, you feel me? In my opinion, this has rested for enough, so I'm just gonna brush it away while sweeping the excess powder on the rest of my cheeks. Like I told you, this is a matte foundation, so really doing that, like, it's gonna be matte anyways. It's just that I really like to have a matte finish and then just grow a little dewy as the day goes, you feel me? So as you can see, this is my base. It's very flat, very matte. For bronzer, the one bronzer, this is also a very recent purchase, but I love this bronzer. It's so good. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This one is in the shade Rich Amber. Let me show you guys. It's such a good bronzer. Like, just look at this. It's so beautiful. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. I love this bronzer so much. So I'm going to take this big bronzer brush. Just tap it. This is a bronzer slash contour for me because, again, it's very like not warm toned at all. You see? Like, it warms my face up, but it's so not hot. gosh, I love it, you guys. So good. Anastasia did such a great job. These powders are creamy. And now to bring a little bit of life back into the center of my face, I'm gonna kind of contour my nose, but not really. So I'm gonna use this Real Techniques base shadow brush. Usually to use this in my crease, but let me just show you. I need to be really close to the mirror for this, so I start at the little part where my brows connect, and then I just bring the line down. Honestly, just like fake the pinch nose, man. Because let me tell you one thing, we cannot afford a rhinoplasty in this house, so I mean, not that I really want one, but you feel me. I never contour my nose to like make it contoured. I just do it so it adds like color to my face. So I usually just go over with the bronzer brush and my normal face powder brush, and I just make sure like all is blended. And you know, it just brings a little bit of color back, you can see, because my nose is so like empty and everything. But yeah, I'm just gonna brown some more in my forehead because she's big. She's most definitely a 5 head. See, you could add another finger. She's a 5 head girl. My favorite blushes are from the e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Light. It's all of these. Like all of these right here, I love them so much. My 2 favorite shades being this one and this one. I'm gonna mix those 2. They're so pretty, very warm, very my type of shade. I haven't found like a blush single that has really like mesmerized me, but don't worry, we're getting there. Hopefully it's a drugstore one. But this blush palette comes also in the dark shade, which I need to order because I want to own both of them because it's such a good formula. I'm a bit blush heavy, to be honest, but I really like blush a lot. Like I love blush so much. Like there's so many YouTubers who don't care for blush, and that literally just makes me go like, wow. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of those same 2 blushes and just pat them on my nose a little. It's gonna add some color to my white nose, and it's just gonna be like, it gives a really cute look to have a little bit of a blushed nose, so you know. And that's something that you're gonna see me do a lot, is just go ahead and blend everything during all the steps. Now for highlighter, I love this one. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in the shade 100 Molten Gold. I usually just take a little bit on this Real Techniques setting brush that I use for highlighter. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of thermal water. This is like water, simply, just smoothie. Just humidify it a little bit. And then I'm just gonna pat it all over my cheeks. Like so. Like you can see, oh, it's so beautiful! Like Maybelline does such a great job. This is literally like, this is a Maybelline commercial, but Maybelline does such a great job with their base products and just with like so many of their products in general. Like when I tell you Maybelline is one of those drugstore brands, if you're sleeping on them, girl, wake up. I'm taking the remaining of the highlighter, just brushing it up, and then I'm gonna blend out my nose highlight with the same brush. I still want my nose highlight to be very bright because that's who I am. But I'm gonna blend it out and just go ahead and pat down with the same big powder brush. I don't know if you can see, but my face is very glowy right now, and I really like that. This is it for the face. Like this is literally just, this is my foolproof summer routine. It's so full coverage, yet it looks very beautiful, very glowy, just very nice. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes and my lips off camera, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I filmed this video and I did not film the outro because I totally forgot. So thank you for watching my foundation routine. This is so weird because I'm not even filming this, like I'm filming this like a week later. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like me, my personality, or the content I put right up on YouTube. And then feel totally free to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.